Hello, welcome to Coffee Talk with immigration attorney Brian D. Lerner. So this particular week, I received notification that again, my recertification from the California State Bar has been approved for authorization as a certified expert in immigration and nationality law, and it is good up until 2025. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about the certification and what's necessary so that you have a little bit of an idea about what that means, how it can help you, and how it makes the immigration case go smoother. So and first of all, I was first certified as an expert in the year 2000. So it has been over 20 years, and you have to get recertified every 5 years. Okay, so the first time you take the certification exam, you have to have at least 5 years experience. You have to have a bunch of categories of cases in immigration law that you can verify, deportation cases, going to court, non-immigrant visas, consular processing, perm, appeals to the BIA, petitions for review, motions to reopen, response to requests for evidence, just all kinds of stuff that goes all across the board of immigration law. Then, after you pass the first time, you can, every 5 years, you have the choice. Take the test again, which nobody wants to do, or you do the following. You still have a number of cases that are in immigration law that you have primarily handled and that show the gambit of the different cases you have. Again, all the way from, one time you're working on a deportation case, keeping someone from being deported out of the country, to motions to reopen to get them back in, to non-immigrant visas such as H-1B or H-2 or J-1 or O-1, whatever it is, to perm and I-140s and I-130s, adjustments, consular processing, the whole area of immigration law. You show that, then you have to get good recommendations from basically various other immigration attorneys and judges, and of course they send it in directly to the bar. They don't send it to you, so if they want to say something bad, you'll never know about it, but you send all that in, and then you have to show that you have good moral character, which basically means no bar complaints and no crime since the last time you were admitted and so forth. So it's those three parts that you need to show. It does take about 6 months to a year for the bar to process it again. So by the time you get notification you've been recertified again, it is only another 4 years before you have to start all over again. But what does that do? The certification or recertification to become a certified expert in immigration law does a great deal for the client. A lot of times, for example, I'll get a call and they'll say, well, they did 15 minutes of research and now they just know what to do type thing. And obviously, immigration law is much more complicated than that. And we're not talking about a lawsuit for money. We're not talking about monetary damages in any way. What we're talking about is your life. So you wouldn't want to do a whole, for example, marriage petition that has certain issues such as the bona fides, or whether there's a presumption of fraud, or whether there's waivers that need to be done. You wouldn't want to do that by either doing research on your own and not knowing exactly what to do, or getting an attorney who does immigration part-time, or getting an attorney who does only one little part of immigration, so that they don't know or understand how the other parts fit in. Immigration law, and I've said this for many years, it's like a huge puzzle. And if you take one piece of the puzzle out or put in, it may affect pieces all over the puzzle in ways that only someone who knows all of the immigration laws and so forth will appreciate and will know how to work. Immigration officials, they're not your friends. If they see anything that's wrong, denied. If they see anything that's out of the ordinary, they'll think fraud. Their job is to find out why basically they should not approve you. And all the petitions that my firm prepares, of course, it takes a while, and I have clients that get impatient sometimes, but I'm not having anything go out my door until I'm sure that it is in the best possible condition and that it doesn't flag anything that it might not flag. There's people, for example, that think that applying for naturalization is as simple as filling out a form. Okay. And the next thing you know, I get a call because they're in removal proceedings. And not only did they get their naturalization denied, the immigration is now trying to remove them and deport them from the United States. Whereas if they had come to me beforehand, I might have easily been able to see the issues that caused this, created a plan to alleviate it, and then applied for the naturalization, or applied for the naturalization if I could, and given the legal arguments why there should be no removal proceedings. So being a certified expert allows you to see the whole picture and to make analysis on cases that, whereas other people might not think there's various issues or any issues, you can definitely see. I'll give you a little example. Just the other day I got an email and he said, my wife came in the United States, we got married, and now her I-94 is about to expire. I want to know if after I file the I-130, if there is going to be a problem with her status. Well, there was some major issues with that. I said, first of all, when did she enter the U.S. and when did you guys get married? It turns out she entered on December and they got married 2 weeks later. So therefore, it was clear that they were under the 90-day presumption of fraud. So they will have to prove to the satisfaction of the officer that in fact there was no intention to marry upon entering, and that it was just a spur of the moment type thing, which, to be honest with you, would be very difficult to show. Okay. Additionally, he only filed the I-130. He didn't file the adjustment. So the I-130 itself does nothing to change her status. So now she's going to have unlawful presence. They have a presumption of fraud. They didn't file the adjustment. The case has been totally messed up. So, I let him know what can be done to fix it and how to best address the situation in order to go forward. So just a couple examples of how it works. So you can call my office. We give you a free consultation. I let you know what can be done, what the costs are, and so forth. And if you want to go forward, you would go forward, and I help you. Okay? More on the coming weeks. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks. Bye.